What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D.Boom. We back. Divine Feminist Karmic Situation. So, just reiterating on what a karmic situation is, at least in my language and shit like that. Karmic situation deal with pentacles. What's a pentacle? It's a person, place, or a thing. I mean, pentacles are usually found in 3D realms. There are no pentacles in the fourth and fifth dimension. You might have representations of pentacles, pre-pentacles, as I like to say. Pre-pinnacle was like you before you were born. I mean, from the fertilized egg, you hear me, to by the time you got out the vaginal canal, you know what I'm saying? That was a whole little process. It wasn't until you came out that you were accounted for. That's, you got birth certificates, social security numbers. You know what I'm saying? And put it into the system, the matrix, as I like to call it. It's like, you know what I mean? Pre-pentacles, fourth, fifth dimension. But once, you're here. Even when you're in the womb, you're in a 3D. And, mother's in there too. That's why the whole pinnacle process should be very appreciated. Especially being a pinnacle that was born in my Ricky voice. You know what I mean? Like, accountability. You're here because somebody got you here. God, your mother, mixture of other things. Your life is a pinnacle. Appreciate your life. Health-wise, like, do what you need to do to remain a pinnacle as long as you can, because these bodies will expire. The world is a pinnacle. Cherish it. Be happy in it, because like I said, the shit can hit the fan at any time. I ain't talking about like no government World War III goofy shit. Like I say, it could just be as innocent as an asteroid hitting Earth, or climate change on the fifth degree type shit. It's anything can happen. It's many variants of this controlled environment. I saw a pinnacle is a controlled thing. You control the type of pinnacles you have. You control the pinnacles in your presence. You control a few things. As far as like the pinnacle even being there, and I'm saying all this shit to really paint a good picture. When you're in karmic situations, it's something you're accountable for. You're a divine, right? That means you have a divine demo, or you're going through a lot of divine shit that's kind of pulling you away from the realm where this pinnacle kind of really exists. You got good karmics who can ascend with you because they got to do the opposite of mustard. You're going up. What's up? God is what's up. You do got people who follow you to God. Who you bring to God. It's like bringing somebody to God or changing somebody's life by loving them and you being with them and shit like that. Like before you met this karmic, they was in a crazy ass place. It's like you not only say their life, but you made them the best person that they can be. And they're being the best person they can be for you. So it's like, you know what I mean? Accountability. If you didn't know this person, you wouldn't have the situation, but you have it. Just like a twin flame demo. That shit just popped up. These are shit you don't plan on. You don't plan on things. And your twin flame situation is a pinnacle too. Thus there's karma within your twin flame demonstration too. So karma, just get to know what it is. First card in this message is the world. 4 cups. That's the world. I've been talking about this whole time. A third dimension. Temporary space and time. Temporary home. This is a vacation. We come from above. We're spiritual beings having an earthly experience right now. This is the earth. We're here, obviously, having an experience, physical experience, but we're divine beings. When we expire here, because we're pinnacles, it's going to happen. We return to where we came. And where we came from is not here. And I told you, everything in the world expires. The world expires. It's a world full of pinnacles, full of karmic situations, full of low level, because it's a 4. It's low level, full of low level feelings and emotions. Nine of Pentacles, that's an A, pinnacle wise. If you're going to have pinnacles, be in a situation like this. This is a good, very great standing. A B is passive. That's having a life. Everybody in the world do not have a life. Oh, and going back to the world. It's 28% divines in the world. Then you got the 2%ers who run 98% of the world. And then you got the 70%, the rest. Those who aren't divine and those who aren't the elite. Those are the rest. You know what I mean? That's karmics. The world, 4 cups, full of karmics. World is, like I say, 2% of the motherfucking world is being dominated and ran like they run the whole world. It's 98%. That's the rest. Like, how the fuck does 2% make the same amount as the rest? How does 2% control the rest of shit? It's the world you live in. Once again, living in this world, it's best to have pinnacles lined up. And this ain't just money, assets, and shit. This is family. These are like all the people in your family. You're in there. You're like the general and shit, getting your Sarah Connor on. Being proactive about the pinnacles in your life, the people in your life, the places that you want to go. It's excuse me, 9 of Pentacles too, so it's an A. You have a life, and it's lined up. Like I say, you in the world, and the world's a lot of people in need. Give this pinnacle to a person who need it. You got 9 fucking pentacles. This is a person who's, like I say, going through the dark night of the soul. They got 5 pentacles. They failing right now. It's fucking bad for them. Give them a pinnacle. That puts them at a 6. What's a 6 of pentacles? It's homeostasis. That's a D. It ain't passing, but it ain't failure. 5 of pentacles is being homeless. Person homeless on the fucking street. I'm in Chicago, Northwest Indiana area. It's a fucking blizzard here. The way this snow packed up, my nigga, it's like, fuck. What, bums started being a thing because it's snowing like this? Like, fuck no. There's people out here in the world that need assistance right now. And you give them a pinnacle. They had a 5. You give them a pinnacle. You had a 9. You'll still have an 8 of pentacles of life. Give them a pinnacle. Because by you helping people in the world, it's like you give them a pinnacle, they get a hotel room. So they ain't freezing to death tonight. They actually got a place to stay. They didn't have a pinnacle to do this. You had a pinnacle. You know what I mean? When your life is lined up, when good things happen, give back. And clarifying that is God, the King of Swords. That's the man. Like that's the man. That's the source. That's the most important thing in this whole demonstration. When it comes to life, God is the most important thing in life. When it comes to the world, God is the most important thing in the world. When it comes to your relationship, keep God first. I mean, when y'all get married under God, right? God sees all. God watches all. You doing this good deed in the motherfucking world. You far, you know what I mean? You're far away from God. You know what I mean? Ain't like you can smell God's breath on your shoulder and shit. Ain't like, you know what I mean? You can feel him and shit. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't fucking with us on this fourth, like this third dimensional level. It was the 3D. And this is an isolated world God ain't fucking with. Due to the fallen man and, you know, rebellion and shit like that. You know what I mean? Some real intergalactic Star Wars sounding shit. But it's actually true. God, like, in order to know these stories and get all this divine information, you're going to have to fuck with God. But God fucking with you even if you ain't fucking with God. God sees everything. It ain't just the bad shit God see. God see this good shit too. Overall energy. God sees all the good you've done, feminine. You know what I mean? The world might not see it. God see it though. You're the best fucking lover in the motherfucking world. The way you have the loyalty and the respect thing there for your mate. You are like the most considerate motherfucker in your family and shit. You love the most. You care the most. You're the most concerned. You know what I mean? Family don't even fuck with you like that. That's just how they, you know what I mean? They think you crazy, but you riding for them and you just like the outcast type shit. Like all this shit, God sees all. Like I said, they like God. I mean, I talk to God. We all talk to God in our own little way. But you know what I mean when I say, like I say, you can't feel that nigga breath on your shoulder when he talking to you and shit. Like you can't. Like, God, what's up? Just pull a chair up, man. Glad you came today. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't like you getting that. You getting that, but on a whole nother level for 5th dimension. You gotta ascend to really fuck with God in the manner that we need to fuck with God. That's why the cussing and my tone with this channel, and yeah, I'm on divinity and I'm talking about God and I'm all about path and purpose and shit, but I'm cussing like a damn sailor or ignorant ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just words. It's words. I'm living a fucking 4 cups, nigga. We live in the world. You get what I'm saying? So I'm a human being at the end of the day. It's shit that's been inputted in me. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not lost. I'm not astray. I have a personal, direct connection with God. Matter of fact, God fucked with me the long way to where I can do shit for God that most people can't on a divine, spiritual, ethereal level. Saying all the shit to say this, feminists. Hey, 4 cups is the overall energy. The world. Know what the world is. Know why you're here. Know your place in the world. You know what I mean? Know your enemy. Lucifer, devil, Satan, 3 different people from 3 different places with 3 different agendas. They have no power or control over you. They rule the 3rd dimension. They ain't got no access to the 4th and 5th dimension. Speaking of the 4th and 5th dimension, bottom line, which is more important than anything, 4 of Wands, that's Zion. That's home. That's heaven. Havana. This is where we come from. I just broke the world down. It's a motel. We are spiritual beings. We come from above. This is where we come from. We came from here to the world. Like, we're not Jesus Christs. You know what I mean? We're just people from Zion. We eject in and out the matrix. It's like the fucking matrix, man. That's what divines are. Broke it down. You got like divines, like the 2%ers, and you got like the rest. The rest do the same shit we do. They're just not aware. They're just not out the bubble. They're not ejected out the matrix like a lot of people will fall. It's the equivalent of, like I said, having a field, crops of people were being injected into assimilation and them not breaking free. We did. They didn't. Morpheus found Neo. Trinity said that shit. Yeah, Morpheus found me. Nigga, we got people. Like, Morpheus is the equivalent of God. That's to the Matrix. The Queen of Wands, that's Trinity. King of Wands, that's Neo in my book. King of Swords will be God, who will be Morpheus in my demo with this whole Trinity base. Because it's, I ain't got time to break that down. Home, get there. Get home. Get to heaven. Get to Zion. Get to the real world. Because when you get there, you're going to see exactly how real the world is. This is the 4th and 5th dimension. This is the 3rd dimension. When you get to the 4th and 5th dimension and look down at the 3rd dimension and see, you'll see everything. Like I say, who Satan, Lucifer, the devil is. Why they're here. Why everything in the world even happened. How the world actually has a story. Read up on the story of the world. How we came from like single cell bacteria to the fucking beings that you see walking right now. Like the split between primates and Homo sapiens and shit. Like the missing link, all that shit. Like Adam and Eve and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like the real Adam and Eve story. The real story is Jesus Christ. Like who he really was. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's around. He was around. You know, it's like a gateway, a portal. You see how it's just like lined up for you to just walk through it? It's like fucking Stargate, man. Go 4 of Wands home. If God put you here, if God put you on earth and you, like I said, stayed in the 4 of Cups the whole time God sent you here, come on, man. What you think he gonna do? Yes, you are categorized in the karmic category of the rest. You have to ascend to divine. You have to ascend. Ace of Swords. Let's go up. What's up? God is what's up. Let's get to this message. Bottom line, clarifying this 4 of Wands, we got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups in my deck is the Psychic card. What's a psychic? Trusting in your own intuition. This is also the X-Men card in my deck. I told you, all divines have power. We came from the 4th and 5th dimension. This is our home. Our home is in the 4th and 5th dimension. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we came to the earth with powers. I know it sounds like we're Jesus Christ and shit. Like, we're all Christ people. My interpretation, that's really what a Christian really is. It's like I say, a person that is Christ-like. You know, people who are like Christ, we're all like Christ. You know what I'm saying? So we're all Christians in a way. My theory. I don't know. I'm out of this world. 4 of Cups, that's the fucking world. I'm out of this world. With understanding, with knowledge, you know what I mean? With like information and shit like that. Like, I ain't no regular nigga. I'm a super nigga. That's what the Queen of Cups is. I say that shit all the time. We're all super niggas. We're super. We're not just regular human beings. We're more than that. Because where we come from. You gotta know where you come from. You gotta know who you are. You gotta go to Zion and figure that out. 4th and 5th dimension. Nigga, that's X-Men training school. That's Professor Xavier's School of the Gifted. We're mutants. You got the rest, human beings, then you got the mutants. 1, 2%ers. You got the Magneto and the badass mutants, and then you got like us. People hate mutants. They don't understand mutants. I told you, we're at war with the 2%, and we're at war with the 70%. The rest, they're like zombies in the apocalypse. We're getting attacked on all fronts. Just like an X-Men is. People don't fuck with X-Men. Like the humans, they don't fuck with the X-Men. They want all mutants to die. It's the bad mutants, 2%, that's fucking it up for all the mutants. You know what I mean? But since the 2%, these mutants can basically control the rest of the world. Thus, they're affecting our shit. So we catching on both sides, doing good and being special. We're outcasts for being special, but we're also outcasts for doing good. Other mutants don't respect us because we're trying to help humans. You know what I'm saying? Hey, power. What is power? You find it. Could be healing powers. You literally got fucking the hands of God. You giving out massages, you pulling out energy out of people like you really good with like, you know, you're like, that's your power type shit. Me, I'm like Gambit. I'm real slick. You know what I mean? I come from the streets and shit. You know, I got like a real Gambit type swag. I'm nice without cards. You dig? I got my stick. Stick. I got powers. Like, Gambit is like super strong. He got like super leaping abilities and shit. It ain't just the cards that Gambit got power in. Gambit can activate anything. It's just more flexible, more accessible to do it with a card than anything else. And the nigga keep cards on deck. Like myself, like, you know what I mean? I'm Gambit. My twin flame, that nigga like Wolverine. That nigga's like Wolverine. He's 30 years older than me. He's old as hell, but he looks young as fuck. You understand what I'm saying? I'm seeing he's been in horrific accidents and shit. You know what I mean? Like his brain been damaged. Like this motherfucker didn't have brain damage, yo. Surgery and shit. Like through his skull and his brain reconstructed. This nigga stronger, faster, better ass nigga. Like this nigga's a machine. He's some shit I ain't never seen before. This nigga's like Wolverine. He can heal from any fucking thing. Like my twin is healed from the equivalent of getting shot in the fucking head and rebuilding himself back to a normal person. Some shit I've never seen before. I've been a nurse for years. I've seen a lot of shit. I ain't never seen nothing like my divine masculine. That nigga's power in life is like Wolverine. He's a fucking survivor. He survived a lot of eras, a lot of situations he shouldn't have survived, but he did. He's different. We're all X-Men. We all got our stories and origins and shit. Point is to find your power, acknowledge it, perfect your craft to make you the best mutant, X-Men, person, Vine, whatever you calling yourself, whatever niggas is calling themselves these days, be the best person you can be. Point blank period. And you only attain these powers by 4 of Wands going on. And the last piece of the 4 of Wands in my deck is Twin Flame Union, Reunion, and Recognition. Look at my masculine message. It's like masculine doing some shit. He's on a little path, and then his path bumps him right into you. He didn't even mean to bump into you. But you were heading his direction too. You bumped into him. Y'all didn't know y'all was gonna bump into each other. 4 of Wands. It didn't show up as a 4 of Wands in his message. Because like I say, he wasn't planning on this shit. And it's like feminine going in the direction you going, you're gonna make this happen and not know it. 2 of Cups. You're directly kicking the situation off with feminine lovers card. This is 2 people coming together. This is, like I said, opposites attracting. This is like a magnet, clinging 2 people together. Like I said, it's 2 people finding each other. Like I said, the example that I used in the masculine message was like, masculine went to a convention center, you know what I mean, for some type of convention. So he's checking into the hotel at the convention center, like, you know, and the divine feminine bumps into him. He looks over and sees you, divine feminine, doing the same shit. Y'all both checking into this hotel to attend this convention because y'all both love this shit so much. But y'all didn't tell nobody y'all into this type of shit. And y'all on the same fucking wavelength. And that's how this shit happened. This really looks like recognition for a lot of twins. A lot of twins. Y'all gonna find y'all twins. Like, finally recognize y'all twin. Even when in recognition, it ain't recognition. I remember the first day I seen my twin and everything, that whole 2 weeks that happened during the whole first 2 weeks. It really took us 2 weeks to, like, I don't know, hang. Like, it went from me just, like I say, literally seeing them, us just catching each other. I don't know what it's like. It was like us, we was getting brought together and shit. It was kind of hard to explain. We just ended up in the same spaces. We was always on the same page of shit till my masculine, introduced himself like ho, reintroduced himself like ho, and was like, hey, stay in touch, man. Here's my numbers and shit. Fuck with me, woo. I'm like, bet. And that's when it kind of like kicked off. So it's like that phase. A lot of twins are finna like come together with people who they just These are like newbies. These people that just enter your life. You know, people you probably gonna be hitting me up for readings for to see if they're your twin type shit. You know what I mean? And I can definitely verify that for you. But moving on, you're gonna get closer and closer with somebody. And the karma to that, 9 of Cups. Masculine had this, you got it now, feminine. This is dreams come true, wishes granted, a miracle. Let's put some more smoke on this. Dreams come true, wishes or miracle. Got the 5 of Cups. Gotta pick another card. If it's another red card, it's a warning. Cool, it ain't, but it's a Knight of Swords, and that's fear, and that's some whole other shit. So, coming to the situation, feminine, you're getting close to somebody, or you're getting pulled towards someone. It ain't got to be a relationship. It could be you getting pulled towards your new career. You working in a new field, and you absolutely fucking love it, and you're making a lot of money, and you're having fun, and you just like this shit. Like, damn, I can do this shit for a while. I can do this shit. I can make a career out of this shit. And you're getting pulled towards your career, or you're getting pulled towards what would be your ministry, your nonprofit program, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or, like I said, it could be a person. You're just getting pulled towards a person in a non-romantic, physical way. Like my twin flame situation. Like my twin is like my pops. Like we the same sex. It's like, you know what I mean? We into the same shit, but it ain't that. And we still have a connection. It's still fucking gravy. The development, shit you're supposed to go through as a twin, all that shit there, minus a sexual demonstration or a romantic situation even. Twin flames doesn't have to be just sexual romantic. I know it's getting romanticized as such, but that's not the truth. Yo fucking twin flame could be a cousin. Yo mama. Can be family too. We ain't talking dogs, boars, bears, bees, bacteria. Talking human beings. 2 hearts coming together. That's the overall energy. This is your heart. This is somebody else's heart. Y'all on the same level. Y'all on the same page, unlike anybody else in this fucking world or this fucking universe. Do you dig what I'm saying? And this is a karmic situation, right? That's why you got karmics. You know what I mean? Just in case your twin flame situation is non-romantic, non-sexual. It's a piece of 4, man. And that's all you're understanding. And, karma to that, we got the 5 of Cups. If your twin flame situation ain't romantic, I'm talking for twins who ain't in a romantic or sexual connection. It ain't the end of the world. Okay? In fact, it's the step past the world. The world is 4 cups. I broke that shit down, right? Then you got the 5 of Cups. That's, oh my God. A class by yourself. Being in a class by yourself. It's the equivalent of being a 9, 10-year-old high school senior. You're special. You're in high school, but it ain't like you can kick it with these high schoolers. Like, you got a Spider-Man backpack. You feel me? You finna go play Fortnite when your mama pick you up after school. You ain't going to no parties. You ain't going to no homecoming games. You ain't going out on dates. Your nuts ain't even dropped. Like, you're not, like, you go to school with these kids, but you ain't part of the gang. Not yet. It sucks because you're going to college. You just did this shit for 3 years as a kid, being around people you really can't do shit with. But you're doing shit with them, right? College, same shit. Another 5 years for you to be like the kid Doogie Howser you're growing up to be. You're like I say, when you do get old enough to be in a relationship, when shit in your life is in place for you to do grown up shit, it's gonna be the best time of your life. You're gonna be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You're probably gonna be like a fucking billionaire. You're a kid whiz. God damn it, like, what the fuck? Be patient. God set this shit up too. Overall energy. It ain't nobody's fault but God for making you a kid genius in this situation. You're alone like a motherfucker, even though it's people all around you. Yes, it's emotions and shit. What's a cup? Emotions and feelings. What are emotions and feelings? Indicators of where you going mentally? It's gonna be okay. You'll be fine. Putting smoke on this, we got the. Well, hold on. Yeah. Putting smoke on this, we got the Knight of Swords. That's fear. What's fear? That's the opposite of love. Opposite of love ain't hate. It's fear. What is fear? That's fear in the unknown. You only fear something you don't know. Like I say, you're a child prodigy in high school. You already feel like shit in high school being this special person. You're dreading what the fuck college is gonna be like. In reality, college is even better than high school. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna give you more flexible range, free range to do shit. They got better resources for you. It's a university as opposed to a high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a dream come true, kid. Take advantage. But, like I said, this is karma. Flip side of all that, and I'm using you as an example as being a 9-year-old high school student, say this feminine. It goes to the point right here. This is you in regards to yourself personally. Two of Wands, that's work. Let's work. Like Diddy, baby. Let's work. Like that whole music that nigga had back. Like, you just, P. Diddy, work. Gotta understand, man. P. Diddy brought that shiny shoe shit out. Like, when it came to, like, black excellence, in a media way, obviously. Because these rappers ain't real people and shit. You know what I mean? Like, brought black excellence, man. It was the shiny suit shit. Nigga got hardcore rappers like, nigga, out here on some Biggie shit, May shit. Try to do with the locks. That shit didn't work. But, you know what I mean? Like, that shit was done. When Biggie died and Mace left, Biggie had to get on some whole new shit. So this nigga became like I said, it's like, let's work. Like, this nigga literally creating a whole new sound. And it's more so like, you see motherfucking Diddy from like Shake Your Tail Feather to G-Dep, nigga, let's get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going nowhere. Like, Diddy was just always working. Like, take that, nigga, take that. Bad boy, nigga, we don't stop. Like, we ain't never gonna stop. Like, can't stop, won't stop. Take that, nigga. Let's work. Like, let's work. Every time you hear a Puffy song, 8 times out of 10, you're gonna hear that nigga in the back. Let's work. Nigga. Look at the nigga attitude. You see when he's in that It clown costume dancing on Instagram, like that nigga working. You know what I mean? Like, every time you see Diddy G, he working. He a divine feminine too, just in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know. That nigga always working. As you should, feminine. It's work. So let's work it. We alive. Let's work. Fuck you mean? We're X-Men. We're child prodigies here. Let's work. God damn it, we're great already. We ain't even like hit the pinnacle of where we gonna be eventually. But until we get there, let's work. Even when we get there, I use P. Diddy as a fucking example. You can be successful and there already. But nigga, let's work. Nigga, come on, let's be a billionaire. Nigga, like, fuck millions. Let's get billions in this bitch. Like, let's work. Like, let's keep going. We're going high. We ascended. What's ascension? Like, it's ascending. You never stop going up. It's infinite going up. Infinite going up. There is no glass ceiling. But in order for you to go up, you gotta work. What's the Two of Wands? That's survival. You gotta work to survive. Literally work to survive. Because if you ain't surviving, how the fuck? If you ain't making ends meet, how you gonna meet them? You gotta make ends meet, man. This is a job. This is how you feed yourself. This is how you make it. You're gonna have to work. You know what I'm saying? And get this paper. This is getting over. Obstacles are always gonna be in your life. Just make sure you get over them. More smoke. 10 of Swords. Permanent ending or death. When something permanently ends, it's more work. This is a job. You end up fired. Or you have to quit your job due to whatever circumstances. Weather or some shit. Car problems or some shit. It's more work. You have no car, now you on foot. More work. Now you on bus, more work. You gotta get up 2 hours early just to do shit as far as to shit being the way it was. You end up losing your crib. You end up in a situation you really ain't used to, that you really don't want to be, but you there. It's like you're gonna have to work so you can get your ass up out of there. So you can get your ass back to life and back to reality. This is like a relationship you still working on. or opportunity you still working on. It's like the equivalent of Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness. It's like, yeah, you get the internship, but nigga, you don't really get paid until you complete this little process. So you're gonna have to do this shit and keep tour winding, surviving the way you've been surviving, because nigga, we ain't paying you. You know what I mean? You'll get paid. I mean, it's an investment. You're working on yourself. So you're doing a lot of shit, you know what I mean, for mostly self-investment, more so than pinnacles, because I don't see no pinnacles up in this motherfucker. It's like you working double time, you're working overtime. Like that. It's a grind. You grinding. Because shit, a lot of shit ain't around no more. But you still gotta get it. Got a job interview for a nice, profitable job. It's a fucking snowstorm out here. The business is still up. You can't catch a ride. Seems like, you know what I mean? Rough outside. It's like, hey, how bad you want this job? Left foot, right foot, take your ass to that gig. The fact that you pull up in there, dusting off your snow boots and shit, you trying to fix your hair, and you red because, like, it's cold as shit outside, and it's like you sitting down for this interview. Like, they chose to remain open because they're looking for hard workers. You walk up in this motherfucker flustered with, you know what I mean, snow on they flow and shit. Like, get yourself ready with your book. You know what I mean? It's just like from the gate, they're gonna be like, I don't even think we need to do this motherfucking interview. I think you're the right person for this job. Chose to come here, you got your professional shit. Looks like you had a rough day. Hell, what's your name? Like, let's get started. You impressed them, and it's like, I knew it. Like, you're the type of motherfucker we looking for. And then it's like a snowstorm and shit, so it's like other people ain't going. They ain't coming to the job. Like you the only motherfucker that show up. And you qualify. It's like, yeah, I think it was meant for you to, you know, I like your ethic. I like what you do. Do you need like I remember it happened to me. It was a job far out and shit. And I had to take an Uber out there. Because the job, to me, I thought it was just worth it. So I go out there and shit. And it's like, I ain't know the Uber was going to cost that much. It said one price when I set for it. I get there, that ride was like $75. So I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm definitely taking this shit back. Probably gonna pay somebody to come get me for like $45 or some shit like that. So, you know, I had an outstanding interview and shit. And so far, a lot of people that show up, and, you know, I'm black. Usually like a white type of shit around here. You know what I mean? And it was just like, you know what? We're gonna hire you, and you need a ride back to your place. We see you living like Inglewood. Like the job is in Schaumburg. You know what I'm saying? It's like Uber burbs. I'm in Inglewood. I mean, I'm in the hood, in Chicago. It was like, yeah, we'll pay for your ride to get you out. I'm like, man, thanks. Ain't no job ever did that shit for me. I see y'all got that paper though, so that's what's up. You know what I mean? Like that type of situation. By you showing the initiative, by you putting in that work, it's gonna come back to you. That's usually how the universe works, and God works, and you as a super nigga work too. Karma to that. Yourself, feminine karma to yourself. You got the Ace of Cups. Just take care of yourself. Self-love, self-respect, self-admiration, self-awareness, self-care, self-identification, self-realization. Shit that deals with self. You gotta understand who you are so you can understand the other person. Like I said, I'm a psychic, so I just love job interviews because all I need is like a little information, or I can peep or observe some shit, put two and two together and use it to my advantage. I love I just came back from my birthday trip. Oh, you you're Aquarius, you know what I'm saying? Or you're, you know what I mean? It's like I figure out what your sign is, and it's like, all right, utilize that to my advantage. I don't know. I'm just an expert on astrology. I don't know. I'm like like I said, a child prodigy. I'm not on like rising signs, Mars, Venus. Like I don't know none of that shit. I know most of my chart is Capricorn, but I'm a Leo though. You know what I mean? But it's like, because my sister, she does it. My sister's like, but she just so low key and nonchalant with it. I be forgetting sometimes. Like, she gave me a natal chart. I had Peace Dealer do my chart, but when he interviewed me on this shit years ago, but I gave him the wrong information because I didn't know. Twin sister gave it to me. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, I'm not advanced with like the technical shit. It's more natural talent for me. I can literally know wherever the fuck the sun was at when you was born. The sun was that. I'm a Leo sun sign, right? Wherever the sun was at when you was born, I can dictate exactly who you are. It's one of my powers, and I'm accurate as fuck too. Crazy, stupid, scary accurate on the astrology side. I need to start doing astrology videos. I will once numbers go up and shit. But I'm saying all that shit to say this. Take care of yourself so raw that you can take care of other people. Understand yourself so raw you can understand other people on a raw ass level to where you create new theories and forms out this bitch. It's like what Bruce Lee did to mixed martial arts. He's the father of MMA. When it comes to martial arts, all you fucking hear is MMA, MMA, MMA. Yeah. Bruce Lee is the father of that shit. He was the first nigga to mix up shit, mix up martial arts, and create his own style. And like I said, it came from mastering the other styles. Like, I'm a Christian psychic, but you know, I've studied 5 major religions. You know what I mean? Really got a good basis on religion just as a whole to where it just helps my understanding to where I know how to, like I say, deal with another person on another level. You gotta know how to deal with people. You gotta know how to understand people. That's part of being a divine. You gotta be able to choose a good person from a bad person. You gotta be able to spot an enemy or a devil or a karmic a mile away before they enter your cipher. You know what I'm saying? Putting smoke on this Ace of Cups, we got the Knight of Pentacles. That's the grooming card. Aces of Tens, that's karmic cycles. Knights, Queens, Kings, and Things, that's divine cycles. Divines, we move from karmic cycles to divine cycles, karmic cycles to divine cycles. We got divine karma, but it don't show up as karma over here. But by us being divines, like a twin flame situation, and since we live on Earth, we do have karma within our twin flame situation too. But it's karma on Earth, and like I said, we got divine karma too from the shit we don't do on Earth because it's connected. Everything has to be one. Everything has to be aligned. Everything has to be. It's like a well-oiled machine. You're gonna oil that motherfucker, then the shit gonna break. So Nine of Pentacles, that's grooming. Got good grooming, bad grooming, ugly grooming. Good grooming, you grooming somebody to be the best person you can be. Or somebody grooming you to be the best person you can be. Ugly grooming, you grooming somebody else for your agenda. Or somebody grooming you for their agenda. It's only one sided here. Only one person taking it. You know, only one person getting something out the deal. And the other person is not. It's unfair. It's unbalanced. Then you got bad. That's somebody grooming you specifically for them. Somebody training you to be their slave. Somebody training you to be their, you know what I mean? Like they got control over you given how they influence you to put you in a position to where you kind of bound to them or stuck to them type shit. Like goofy, crazy shit. You know what I mean? Grooming. You know, you got to take care of yourself in the best way. So like I said, you know how to identify people. And you know what type of grooming to get. The only way you're going to understand the type of grooming you getting is the grooming you've gotten. If that makes any sense. You know, I was a kid. My mother always taught me like stranger danger, nigga. Like any motherfucker you don't know trying to talk to you that's an adult, find me. Find your mom. Find mom. Fuck you talking about? Any adult that's asking you about me, your social security number, information and shit, where you live at, come find your mama. Come find me. Any person touch you, any person make you feel uncomfortable. If the cops fucking with you, tell mom, let me know. Cause I need to know who these motherfuckers are so I could be on their ass so this shit never happens again. She told me that shit. She also told me shit to be aware of. Boy, you a black man. So don't be hanging around dumbass motherfuckers that's gonna get you caught up in they shit. Be an individual. Don't let boys touch on you and shit. On grooming. She's telling me about grooming as a young man. Don't let them boys like niggas be slapboxing, like we'll be hanging and shit, and then motherfuckers get to fighting with you, see if you can fight or not, if you a bitch or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, mom told me that shit. Like, just be aware of like slapboxing. Be aware of like, you know, men fighting, just flexing. Just play fighting, but that shit grooming. You know what I mean? Could be a weirdo that just like touching your booty or some shit like that. Like grooming. You know what I mean? She put me on. Uncles in the family and shit to watch out for. She let me know. Yeah, stay away from that nigga. Stay away from them. I mean, I know they're your family, but if they come talking to you, son, come get your mama. That shit. You know what I'm saying? Said all that shit to say this. It's what's put in you. Same shit my mom put in me, I'm gonna put in my kids when I have them. Whoopings. Got my ass whooped all day. Whoopings have been in my family for generations. It ain't just a physical beating, it's the mental shit that go in with it. So I see why people don't whoop their kids and shit like that. But it ain't just like the whoopings. I think the church, the Christian program in my family, that shit is more shit. That shit kept us in line. The fear of God, it ain't really the fear of God, because we all got fears of God. We divine people. But it's like a healthy fear, the way I fear my mom. It's the way I fear God. And the only two people I fear on this planet is my mom and God. Because I know if I ever went off the deep end, my mom will kill me like Sarah Connor and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just say I became a bad psychic and I'm convincing people to do crazy shit. I'm fucking up lives of many people. Like, I'm deceiving the whole world and shit with my shit. My mama smoked me. Divine accountability. I had you. You a fucking disaster, but I'm gonna correct shit right now. Better me than God. Better me than God, nigga. You mine. I created a monster. I need to deal with this monster. My son. I created a son that turns out to be like Adolf Hitler. Goddamn it. Or some ruthless ass fucking dictator killer type nigga. I gotta deal with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? No matter how old I am. I'm the closest to him. You know what I mean? So if anybody gotta assassinate this boy, let me do it. You know what I mean? Because I need to correct my wrongs too. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but we divine. So when you start looking at the world from like a Walking Dead, Terminator 2, post-apocalyptic Matrix, post-apocalyptic way of looking at the world for what it really like, that's how the world really is. We already in a post-apocalypse. Like, we're already in the system. We're already in the Matrix. We're already like there. That's why I say the world is like a simulation, because like I said, for some reason, it's just a huge disconnect on what the real world is and like the world that it seems like everybody else is living in. So as long as you understand yourself, as long as you got it, as long as you grooming people the best way, as long as you helping people in the best way, as long as you being a blessing, then it's all good. You ain't gotta worry about nothing else. Ain't really nothing else to really talk about. You know what I mean? Wrapping this up, feminine. As far as the masculine energy, you got the Ten of Wands. That's temporary endings. Things come to an end. Some things come to a temporary end. Some things end permanently. We talked about permanent endings already. You know, shit that's outside of you that's done, and you still gonna have to live on. Ten of Wands would be like a temporary ending. A temporary ending is something you do personally. This is breaking up with somebody. Before you marry this person, gotta get divorced, have children with them and shit. Like, you know, it's like breaking up with a person you was gonna marry and just create a whole generational shift of problems with. You know what I mean? It's like you saved yourself. You know, a lot of people marry people they don't want. A lot of people be in situations with people they don't really love due to pentacles or due to the world's circumstances and shit like that. Their actions at the end of the day, that's why they're wands, and you don't have to do it. It's like a person convinced that the only way they can get money right now is doing some illegal shit. Like they ain't got time to do it the right way. Doing shit the right way is hard. Doing shit the easy way is easy, man. It's easy to. It's more easier to destroy shit than build it. Facts. You buy a fucking kitchen, not a kitchen cabinet. You buy like a shelf. You know what I mean? In a box with instructions, screws and shit. It's like you're gonna have to put that up. That's gonna take a lot of time. That's gonna take a lot of planning and shit. That's gonna take a lot. As of ours too, you walk in somebody's house that got a fully built shelf and you jump, you break it, you pick it up, you throw it, you jump on it. Look how easy it is to destroy this shelf as far as it is to build it. It's work. Two of Wands, we covered that too. To do the right fucking thing. Just do the right fucking thing. A lot of people cutting corners around this bitch. A lot of people are doing shit that you don't have to do. This is you not doing it. It's like a lot of people doing shit you ain't really cool with. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna go home. You know what I mean? You at your job, you love your job, and you know it's cool while you working and shit. Y'all go party somewhere at a bar or a club afterwards, and you really see who the fuck your coworkers are. And you're just like, I'm a little uncomfortable for who these motherfuckers really are. Like, damn, I might have to leave this job alone. You know what I'm saying? It's like a cop. You a cop. You see some crazy shit going on. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to resign. This is having the power to quit shit before it's too late. Actions. You can get yourself out of actions, but also doing actions can put you in some shit. This is a karmic message, right? A reaction has a reaction. There's some shit you could have did yesterday that's gonna dictate the fate of what's gonna happen tomorrow. That's bad. Fucked up. Horrible. That's life. Shit can happen 400 years ago that can dictate what the fuck's going on right now. That's the world. It's a lot of agendas. It's a lot of things. People don't just become corrupted. They become evil. It's actions. They be in a system where a system portrays that it's cool to do this fucked up shit that they're doing to people. It's like a person who works for like a. It's like I saw some documentary in high school about like chocolate in Africa and shit, like how it's harvested. It's like fucking blood diamonds and shit, man. Like it's just a lot of people getting fucked over just so motherfuckers can have like chocolate, nigga, Snickers and M&M's and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know it was real. I didn't know the chocolate game was fucking real like that. And it was just an eye opener. It's like, damn. I couldn't work at that chocolate factory. Well known chocolate factory. I want to say their name, but I'm not. And it ain't just chocolate. They fuck with water and all kind of other shit. And the monopolized stranglehold they got on resources and elements. That's how 2% can run 90% of this bitch. But I'm saying all that shit to say this, like, you have the power. You don't have to be corrupted. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? You find out your husband is the KKK member. This nigga was at the Capitol and shit, scaling buildings and shit. It's like, oh, yeah, I can't. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's like you hanging with a homie. Hey, let's go rob this store. He pulls out a gun and walks in the store. Yeah, let me get by here. You don't have to include yourself in the bullshit that's going on with the world. But if you, like I say, aid and abet it, you permit what you promote and you promote what you permit. If you permit that type of shit, then you're promoting that type of shit. If you're promoting that type of shit, then you're permitting that type of shit. Thus, you're accountable and included with that shit too. You are who you hang with. You are what you do. You talk all day about how I'm being disrespectful towards cops and shit. Like, nigga, that's the cops, nigga. Do you know where they started? Do you know why they're even here? Do you know who were the first peoples being patrolled by this motherfucking system of people? This fraternal order of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas gotta get the whole story. If you do the whole story, you'll know what you're getting into. Thus, you wouldn't fuck with it. Now, unless you're getting duped, groomed, set up, backdoored, the whole process of all that shit I just said, being set up, being backdoored, being deceived, all that shit, it's actions that deceive you. Behavior. That's how you get fucked through people actions and behavior. Not for what a person thinks, not from what a person feels. It's the actions. They hate you, but they doing actions like they love you. You know what I mean? Their thought process of you is very fucked up. You know what I mean? Which is why they even feel the way they feel about you, but what's in their heart and mind ain't being shown from their actions and behavior. Motherfuckers out here slick. Just make sure you're on point. So you always be at the situation where you can 10 of wands the situation before it becomes a 10 of swords situation, a death or a permanent ending because you passed the point of no return. You too far gone. You lost. You caught up. You duped. You set up. You're done. Stick a fork in you. Karma to that. We got the 9 of swords. That's losing sleep, losing teeth, losing hair, losing weight, or gaining weight the wrong way or the right way. You're just doing it in excess. It's all swords. The way you coming at, I don't know, life. If you losing sleep, I mean, you need to do some shit so you can sleep. Stop watching TV, cut off the lights and little digital. You know, I was asleep last night and I counted like four or five lights in my room. I got my TV light on, beaming. It ain't bright, but it's like it's a light. My PlayStation light, the light on my power surge cord, the fucking light on my phone, charging right next to me, and it's like 5 lights. I'm just like, yo, it's power. I'm pretty sure it's frequency and shit that's beaming Probably another reason why I can't get no sleep and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just an array. I use that word a while. An array of things that can hinder sleep. An array of things that can make you lose weight. It could be from you eating some shit that was contaminated, or you know what I mean, some shit that was healthy, but that's just cleaning you the fuck out right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, this got you losing sleep, losing teeth, losing hair, losing weight the wrong way. Identify it and tweak it. Wire in its energy before it kicks off to the Ten of Swords, which is the next step after this, which is a death or a permanent ending, health-wise. It's like you end up contracting a disease or an illness that came from like bad dieting practices, bad health practices, bad sex practices, or whatever the fuck. And it gets to the Ten of Swords to where you have to permanently end shit. This is not what you wanted, but due to disease, you can't eat this no more. You can't do this no more. You can't wear this no more. You know what I mean? That's Ten of Swords too. Shit that's outside your hands, but could have been prevented, but wasn't. Clarifying this Nine of Swords is the Seven of Wands. That's internal conflict. That's your inner woes, your inner demons, your complexes, your issues. They're all harbored inside. And you have to maintain that. You have to deal with yourself. Like, ain't nobody else's job to fix you. You fix yourself. As long as you're attempting to fix yourself, that's all that matters. It's like it's like we can't die. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a person is literally falling apart. And it's like you're watching them try to put themselves together. And you're admiring the way they're trying to put themselves together, because usually when you see other people breaking apart, they just die. They just stop trying. They stop, trying. You see a person like really trying to fix themselves. And it's like you've been in that situation before and you help them fix themselves. Like when I do readings for people and shit like that, like that's how I'm coming at it. Are you trying to help yourself? You know what I mean? Do you got some work in you to want it? Do you want to be in union, reunion, recognition? Are you really looking for your twin? Are you really looking for path? Are you really seeking God? Are you really trying to comprehend this whole arena? Are you really in it to win it? Or are you just playing? Or are you just a spectator? Or are you just trying to hear me and talk to me for the first fucking time to make your day and you can skirt off and do whatever you was doing prior to coming to my cipher? You know what I mean? Like, actions, wands, that's shit you doing, shit you've done. Not shit you finna do because you ain't did it yet. When it come to your internal shit, you deal with it. If you need help, ask for help. What's the step after the Seven of Wands? The Eight of Wands. What's the Eight of Wands? Communication. You know what I mean? Venting. If something going on with you, Eight of Wands, that's the next step. Say it. If you need help, ask for it. If something going on with you, tell people what's going on with you. Tell the doctor what's wrong with you so they can fix you. Tell motherfuckers what's going on so they can help you. That's part of getting help, is speaking. If you hurting, Seven of Wands, internally. Don't nobody see you hurting internally but you, right? Talk, Eight of Wands. Because if you skip the Eight of Wands, if you don't talk, then you're going to be at the Nine of Wands at the doctor's office anyway. It's like, your tooth hurt. You ain't saying nothing. So you at work, you around all kind of shit. You getting even more bacteria and shit all up in your mouth. Or maybe it's the damn mask itself. You breathing in the same recycled bacteria-filled mask air that's going in your tooth and shit. You know what I mean? Like, by the time you get to the doctor, it's too late. You don't want it to be too late. You fucking with some bad people you need to fuck with. You're getting fucked on like a contract or a property or some shit. And it's like, you know what I mean? The deal done. Now these people can take their mask off and just relax. Yeah, you got fucked. You just so silly. You just fell right into my shit. You know what I mean? You had all this time to prevent it, but didn't. Now you stuck. It's like I won out. All right, now it's time to Ten of Swords. You had an opportunity to end it before it by catching it, by seeing the actions and shit like that. It was written in stone. Nah, it's too late. Now you got a Ten of Swords. You got a suit, lawsuit. And then you got to go through the courts and shit just to get some shit done that could have been done prior to this stage right here. That's all you learning, feminine. Wrapping you up. Future final row. Going to the future. Personally, you got Five of Wands. That's outside conflict. What's outside conflict? Shit that don't involve you, that you can involve yourself in if you want to, but why? I just told you, Seven of Wands. We got internal conflict to deal with. 7, that's higher than a 5. The shit you got to deal with internally is far greater than some shit you got to do with outside of yourself. Told you, 4 of Wands, what's that? Zion. That's the 4th and 5th dimension. That's where God at. That's where other divines are at. You know what I mean? That's where the infinite is at. We go here for a reason. 4 of Cups, that was the first card in this message. That's the world. When we're not in Zion, 4 of Wands, we're outside of heaven and shit, going back to the Matrix. We live in the world. We work in the world. We do a lot of shit in the world, but we be home too. Now, when we be at home, home is cool, but we eventually got a 5 of Wands, life after union, reunion, and recognition. That could be in the sign of a separation between you and your twin, or, like I said, it's just you finally outside in the real world. The world is littered with 5 of Wands, outside conflict. The reason why the world is littered with 5 of Wands, outside conflict, is because of this. 7 of Wands, that's internal conflict. That's, you got to deal with yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to heal yourself. How can somebody love you if you can't love yourself? How can somebody try to get a crack at you if you don't even know who the fuck you are? You get what I'm saying? Like, how can somebody heal you if you don't want to help yourself? We all deal with this 7 of Wands. It's inside of every person on this planet. But nah, what motherfuckers would rather do is 2 of Wands. That's survival. That's doing whatever you got to do to make ends meet or to get over. People get over. If do whatever they got to do to get over this action right here. Thus, it's changing from a 7 of Wands, they just getting over, littering 5 of Wands, outside conflict all around the fucking world, just to take care of themselves. People rather deal with somebody else than deal with themselves. People rather live somebody else's life or live vicariously in somebody else's life than, like I say, build their own life. Or, like I said, destroying is quicker than building. Like, people rather destroy your life, take your pentacles, and build their life with it than do shit the right way. 5 of Wands, outside conflict. Understand what it is. It's shit that don't involve you, but you can involve yourself in it if you want to. 5 of Wands is also in LLE.Ascension, my book. 5 of Wands is like gossip. Your family just talking bad about you. They your family, but they talking. You know what I mean? You just came from Zion. God just gave you a revelation. God just gave you a ministry. God just gave you a purpose. God just gave you a twin flame union, reunion, and recognition that you can't even really explain to your motherfucking family. They think you out the loop. They think your ass the devil. They think a lot of shit of you because they don't know. They're just talking. Like me with my channel, I do my shit online, and like I said, I come from the church. People know my family. They don't want grandpa was a pastor. They don't want grandma was like district missionary, nigga. Motherfuckers know my mama. Like, people know me. You know what I mean? But they see me doing this shit, and it's like, nigga, where you learn this from? How'd you even come up on this? Why is this shit so important? Why are you know what I mean? It's like, man, say what y'all say, but I know what I'm doing. I know y'all understand it. I know it's out the box, but it's my purpose, man. Like, final card in this message, and your karma, feminine, is the 6 of Cups. Sauce. Who's the sauce maker? The divine feminine. Who's the sauce taker? The divine masculine or other masculines in your life. Or other feminines can come and jock your steeds. This is like your tag, your handle. It's like you're a graffiti artist. This is your name. Or this is your tag. So people know that this is you. You know what I mean? This is your sauce. This is your idea. This is your creation. This is your sauce right here. And by you having your sauce, this was a critical sauce. So you got these other sauce makers out here not stealing your sauce, but emulating your sauce. Imitation is the best form of flattery. Like I say, 6 of Cups, that's your steez, that's your style, that's your essence. That's what makes you you. Everybody has this. And the world needs it. 7 of Cups is like another cup right here. It's the Pimp Cup Chronicles. It's something in you that needs to come out and be given to the world. 8 of Cups, the step after finding what's inside and giving it to the world. 8 of Cups, enterprising off of it. And the flip side to that 8 of Cups is being, keeping your integrity clean. Being the best person you can be while enterprising. Thus, you becoming a good person or doing shit the most divine way, so people ain't looking at you as like your integrity ain't shot. Like, you're a person people can trust. You're a divine person, though, a person of God. Like, God is all on you. Love is all on you. Peace and understanding is all on you. You're not looked at as like a person not in that category to be looked at. Like cups. What are cups? Feelings and emotions. You know, all feelings and emotions are just indicators of where you're going mentally. Feminine, you're heading towards the direction. Make sure you get there. I mean, that's the message. Just hope I can be a good use. It's your boy D.Boom. Holla at me about these new prices and shit. They're definitely good for y'all to fuck with. Cause I fuck with y'all. Deuces.